You put your shopping on the belt, and before the cashier is finished, you already know something is off. The number is too small. Same milk, same eggs, same chicken breast you were buying last week somewhere else. 20 to 40% gone off the total, and nothing in the bag got worse. So you start noticing the things that are strange about this place. There is no music playing. There are no bags, unless you brought your own. Half the food is still sitting in the cardboard box it arrived in. The cashier is sitting down and scanning faster than anyone you have ever seen. And there is a quarter locked into the handle of your trolley, because they will not let you take it without one. Every single one of those is deliberate. Not one of them is an accident, and not one of them is charming German efficiency. They are all the same thing, a cost that used to be theirs, quietly moved onto you. Because here's the part nobody says out loud. Aldi did not find a cheaper way to sell groceries. It found the expensive parts of a supermarket and deleted them, and then it handed you the ones that could not be deleted. You are not a customer walking around a shop. You are the last unpaid worker in the supply chain, and you volunteered. There are 4 tricks. I'm going to show you every one of them in order and exactly how much each one takes off your bill. And then, at the end, what this genuinely costs you, because it is not nothing. Start with everything that is missing, because that list is longer than you think. No bakery, no deli counter, no butcher, no fishmonger, no florist, no pharmacy, no music, no store phone number you can ring, no bags at the till, nobody paid to pack them. And for most of the store, no shelves either, because the cardboard box is the shelf. Now, none of that sounds like money. It sounds like a slightly bleak shop, but every one of those is a salary, a fitting, a license, or a maintenance contract, and a normal supermarket pays for all of them out of the price of your milk. The bakery is an oven, a baker, a night shift, and waste every morning. The deli counter is a person standing there whether anyone comes or not. The music is a license fee. The bags cost real money and are given away by the million. A regular supermarket is not really a shop. It is about 40 small businesses running under one roof, and you are paying the overheads on all 40 even if you only came in for bananas. Aldi runs the one business. Groceries, in a box, out the door. And it does it in a building about 12,000 square feet, roughly a quarter the size of the supermarket you are picturing. Built out where the land is cheap, with a handful of staff on shift who all do every job in the place. Less building, fewer departments, fewer people. That is the first cut, and it is the biggest one. Trick 2 is the one you take part in. That quarter in the trolley handle. It is not a deposit, and Aldi is not worried about you stealing a trolley. It is a wage. Somewhere out there is a supermarket paying a person to walk the car park in the rain, collecting trolleys, and paying the damage bill when one rolls into a stranger's door. Aldi pays neither, because 25 cents makes you do it, and you do it happily. You will even hand your trolley to somebody at the door and take their coin, which means the trolleys get collected by the customers in a chain all day for free. Then the checkout, which is genuinely the most engineered part of the building. The cashier is sitting down, because standing is slower and a seated person can work longer without fatigue. The products have barcodes printed on several faces, so the item scans whichever way it lands in their hand, and they never have to turn it over. Your shopping does not get bagged. It goes straight from the belt back into a trolley, which means the till never waits for anyone. And then you take that trolley to a shelf along the wall and pack it yourself, out of the queue, on your own time. Shoppers swear the cashiers are timed, and the staff will tell you the same thing. One cashier moves the shopping that would need 2 or 3 people anywhere else. Count what just happened. The trolley collector, gone. The bagger, gone. 2 of the 3 checkout staff, gone. And the packing, the loading, the transport home, yours, unpaid, every week. You are the cheapest employee Aldi has. You pay for the privilege, and you feel clever doing it. Trick 3 happens before the food ever reaches the shop. Walk down a normal supermarket aisle and count the ketchups. 15, maybe 20. Aldi carries 1. Across the whole store, a supermarket stocks somewhere around 30,000 different products. Aldi stocks roughly 1,600. That sounds like less choice, and it is. It is also the single biggest lever on the price, because when you sell 1 ketchup instead of 15, you buy that 1 ketchup in an enormous volume, and volume is the only thing a factory really cares about. You are not a customer anymore, you are the reason their line runs all year. So you get a price nobody else gets. And roughly 90% of what is on those shelves is Aldi's own label. Not a knockoff made somewhere worse. In a lot of cases, it is the same factory that makes the famous version, running the same line, with a different label going on at the end. Aldi walks in with a price and a specification and says, "Build to this." There is no advertising budget in that price, no brand licensing, no slotting fee paid for eye-level shelf space because Aldi owns the shelf. Look closely at the packet too. The cereal is the same yellow as the famous one. The crisps are the same red, Your hand finds it in a second without a logo doing any work, which is years of somebody else's advertising, used for free. Big brands have taken Aldi to court in Europe over exactly this and mostly lost, because a color is not a trademark. The food did not get cheaper, the name did, and the box that food arrived in never gets unpacked. It is designed to be a shipping carton, a display tray, and a shelf all at once, with a tier line down the front. A worker rips it, slides it onto the rack, and 60 tins are on sale in about 10 seconds. A supermarket pays somebody to lift out and face every single tin, tonight and every night. Trick 4 is the strange one, and it is in the middle of every store. A kayak, a cast iron pan, a garden shed, a wetsuit, a stuffed rat in a Santa hat. None of it is food, none of it is there next week, and shoppers have a name for it, the aisle of shame. Groceries barely make money. Margins in this business are a few percent at best, which means the milk and the eggs are close to a break-even service. The random aisle is not like that. It carries a much fatter margin, and more importantly, it gives you a reason to walk in on a week when you do not need anything. And it is built to rush you. New items land on set days. There is no restock and no rain check. If it is gone, it is gone. So the calculation in your head is never, do I need this? It is, will it be here on Thursday? And that is a completely different question with a much easier answer. People go in for vegetables and come out 120 pounds lighter, carrying a pan they did not know they wanted. One shopper bought a 5-foot Christmas tree from that aisle, opened the box, and found that 3 of the 5 feet were bare brown pole. The whole internet laughed at them. They went back the following Wednesday. That is the aisle working exactly as designed. And here's the one that surprises people. The cheerful shop with the Hawaiian shirts, Trader Joe's, belongs to the same family. Bought in 1979 by the northern half of Aldi, after the 2 brothers who built this company split it down the middle over an argument about whether to sell cigarettes at the till. Same philosophy, different paint. So add the whole thing up and something uncomfortable falls out of it. Look at what is not printed on your receipt. The drive out to the edge of town, because that is where the cheap land is. The bags you had to remember. The quarter. The packing. The longer queue, because there is 1 very fast human instead of 4 slow machines. The berries you have to open and check, because nobody in that building is paid to sort fruit. The second trip somewhere else for the 4 things Aldi does not stock. And the brand you grew up with, which simply is not there. None of that appears in the price. All of it is why the price is small. Aldi did not make those costs vanish. It moved them on to you, one at a time, and you agreed to every single one without ever being asked. And if you want to know why a company thinks like this, look at the man who built it. Theo Albrecht was one of the richest men in Germany, and almost nobody would have recognized him in the street. In 1971, he was kidnapped and held for 17 days. His family paid a ransom of around 7 million marks. When he got home, he tried to claim it back on his taxes as a business expense. That is the whole company in one sentence. This was never a strategy somebody presented in a meeting. It is one man's personality, scaled up to 12,000 stores. None of this makes Aldi a scam. The price is real, the quarter comes back, and for most people, it is the best grocery deal available. It is a trade, and Aldi has been honest about its half of it for 70 years. You just want to be the one who knows the terms. So here is how the regulars do it. 1. Carry a quarter and keep bags in the car. The whole system assumes you did, and it punishes you with a wasted trip if you did not. 2. Go to Aldi first, then fill the gaps elsewhere. It will not have everything, and that is by design. Treat it as the big shop, not the only shop. 3. Learn your store's delivery day. New middle aisle stock lands on set days and does not come back. If you want that stuff, go early. If you do not, go late in the week and walk past an empty aisle instead of a full one. 4. Have your card ready before the scanning finishes. The till will take it and close the sale the second the last item goes through. It is the single politest thing you can do in that queue, and it is faster for you. 5. Open the berries. Check the middle of the punnet, not the top. 2 seconds, and it is the one part of the store where nobody is doing the quality control for you. 6. Buy the staples blind and the fresh food with your eyes. That is where the model is strong and where it is weak, and now you know which is which. The price was never the whole story. Now you can see the rest of it. If this was useful, subscribe, because I take apart one of these everyday money machines every few days. Next one is Costco, which sells a hot dog for $1.50 and has not raised that price since 1985. And the reason is stranger than it looks. And tell me in the comments what you walked out of that middle aisle with, because I know it was not on the list. Mine was a kayak. I do not own a lake.